Hey there, Backloggery. I had a patron request a while back to do more videos about the updates, but haven't really had a chance to do that because I've been working on so much data management and account management and admin tools. Not really the kind of thing that makes for an interesting video. But I dipped my toe back into the more fun side of Backloggery. What I've done here is we're going to be looking at the filter up here. This filter is fine. I don't hate it. It has a lot of little compromises that I don't love either. For example, if you want to filter by more than one thing, you can tap, that one's filtered, and then you click off to apply. That's fine. It assumes that you want to do multiple things. You don't just want a single one. It's not intuitive that you have to click off to apply the filter. I could make it so it closes after one click, but then you would have to go in and open it multiple times if you want to filter by more than one thing. It's also, like I said, it's not intuitive that there is no apply button, that you have to click off of the filter instead. I could put an apply button here, of course, but that would take up more room. And the main thing I don't like about this approach is as we add more filters and more little options, it's going to bleed down on this next line and just take up more and more of the screen. So it's workable, it's not great. If we go into a mobile phone view, like this, you can see it already starting to take up more screen space here. This looks a little awkward, but it works, it's fine. Switching over to the new version. Same up top here, but now you just have a button here you can click if you want to filter, and that pops up a modal where you can see all your options on the screen at once. You can click them easily. There's no question of is the menu going to close? Is it going to stay open? There's an obvious apply button here. There's a reset you could do. Also have it so, say you want to clear these statuses, you just click that, they're cleared. Oh, if you want to do a bunch, but you could do them all, you could unselect a few. Very flexible. I like it. Let's go ahead and do some beaten games on the computer, apply, and you can see it gives you a little summary of what you're applying. I tinkered with the idea of listing out specifically what all is applied, but it got a little long and it felt like you should be able to edit it directly there, which, there's an argument to be made. But especially for something that you're going to want to use on phones, this seemed to make more sense to me. Speaking of phones, let's toggle over to that. Go ahead and reset. So again, all looks the same and works well on the phone screen as well. I could see in the future, especially if someone has a lot of platforms, and as we add more filter options, this could get a little unwieldy, so I might make these collapsible, especially for things like ownership and that kind of thing that people probably don't filter out very often. But I'm pretty happy with this right now. The reason I decided to revamp the filter UI is because I added a new option and I didn't want to have to figure out where to squeeze it into the old UI. So I've zoomed in a bit so you can see a little better. You can see the PC games here have PC Epic, PC Steam, and that is because we have this new sub-platform option, and this is basically replacing the original system. You are free to use it the same way you would the original system if you like, but I found that myself and others on the current site have also been using it to like subdivide games on PC between different storefronts. So with the new filter UI, we have this group by sub-platform thing here. It's on by default, but if you turn it off, then your PC games, in this case, would all be in alphabetical order by title instead of grouped by the sub-platform. So this update is not live yet. I still have some tinkering to do with the admin tools and the Patreon API. And I'll let you guys know when it's live for you guys to test. If you're completely out of the loop and you're wondering why there hasn't been a video in a long time, I went over to text posts on Patreon because it was just easier for me to do, and especially when the update wasn't something that's very showy, it just made more sense. But I'll do these every now and then. If you want to stay completely up to date, you can check us out on Patreon at Backloggery. And until then, thanks for your support.